God for this moment, like to put me in this position to be talking with y'all. Like even like finding this place, like it was just like a blessing.
Welcome back, everybody, to the ZX show. Man, I've been gone for a while, and I know you guys don't hate me for it, but I've been married, so I'm trapped. So basically, I've been married, and I got a lot of things going on today, and a lot of things going on in life. But when life kicks you in the butt, you give them back lemonade, right? So I'm back here, and today I actually am sick. So this is an episode you're gonna hear sick Alex. But today I want to introduce you to one of my actually most dedicated students here at Illinois Media School. Not only that, but I'm just kidding. I got a few other students. I like the competition to be the bar high. This is one of the persons that I find very interesting. As far as him as a person, and also him as a professional. He's always driven. He's always trying to learn. He's always wants what's best, and I think that's something that I relate to, and I appreciate that fire, and it kind of represents him a little bit, that fire, and to always be the best, And so today on the ZX show, I am joined with Marcel. How you doing, Marcel?
Doing good. Thanks for the nice introduction.
So Marcel, real quick, I just want to first of all introduce yourself to the world, and this is your camera, by the way. Introduce yourself and tell them, like, what do you do outside of here?
Yeah, so I'm Marcel. Been with Illinois Media School since June, so been learning a hell of a lot. I'm a little exhausted, I admit, but I've been learning a hell of a lot under your wing and a lot of other good instructors. And outside of this, I'm a flight attendant, so that's also the reason why I'm a little exhausted sometimes, along with other hobbies. But glad to be here in terms of learning how to professionally do content creation and learning as much as I can while I'm here.
And so you're a flight attendant, so you're normally working with people day by day basis, right?
Yeah.
How's that like being a flight attendant?
I knew this question was coming, so I just gotta be careful about what I say, and yeah, I really, yeah. I mean, for anyone trying to be a flight attendant, I say definitely do it. Start off when you're young, for sure. If you like to travel, don't let that be the only reason why you want to be a flight attendant, but that's the main focus and the main reason why people want to do it. But just know that there are some things that are going to come along with being a flight attendant. It's going to be the first year is going to be hard. There's going to be some things that you have to literally adjust to in life. I can definitely say on your resume, make sure you say that you can relocate, because that's one of the main things that at least I was told that they look for when you're applying.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you were like you'll live in one state for a while and then have to go to another one type of thing?
Yeah. So I'm from Chicago. So when I got the job with my company, I was living in New Orleans.
Oh, wow.
And I actually went to a group interview that they have group interviews all over, but I went to the closest one was in Atlanta. So I literally remember taking off one day of work, excuse me, flying over to Atlanta for the group interview. Like, it was literally late by the time it was done, and then I slept at the airport. I was at the airport early, took an early flight, got back to New Orleans, and went right to work.
Jesus.
So, yeah. It was a time. It was an exhausting time.
Throughout that time, I guess you were pretty young at the time.
Oh yeah.
So what was some few was it hard for you to move out? Was it relationships that you were tied to that made it difficult? Was it
in terms of being a flight attendant?
In terms of
I mean, it's something that I'm kind of used to. Like, for instance, I was in the military before, I became a flight attendant. So I was in the military from 2007 to 2015. When I got out of there, then I stayed in DC and then I moved back to New Orleans to recharge my batteries after you got in the military. After you got in the military, you're kind of, you kind of need a refresher about how to be a civilian, I guess.
I've always found it interesting how people come back from the military and then they do a certain hobby, and then it's how is that getting back to
civilian life?
Yeah.
I mean, it is a transition. Like when you're in the military, they literally take care of you, and they're making sure you go to your appointments, and make sure you do your dental appointments for sure. They want to make sure you're ready in case like you're called. Like in this case for me, I was active duty, so I worked at like Naval Operational Support Centers, NOSC for short, and we were responsible for working with reservists, meaning part-time military. And we had to make sure that their stuff was up to date, up to speed. Whenever they got called or mobilized, I should say, we were making sure that they were good to go 100%. So that meant taking care of their medical stuff, their pay, any other things that were essential to making sure they were 100% ready to be sent, called, or mobilized, as you should say.
And then so when you went to be a flight attendant, like, what made you want to be a flight attendant? Was it like, I want to travel? Like you said, like there's reasons why people do it. What was your reason?
Like, I was in New Orleans. Like, again, it was like a recharge time period for me. And I don't know, I guess I was kind of at a standstill. I didn't really know what I wanted to do at that time. Like I don't know, I guess I could say, not to be dramatic, I felt a little lost, I guess. So, living in New Orleans for 2 years, and I love New Orleans. I just feel, in my opinion, it's just somewhere to go to visit. I honestly couldn't live there again, but it's not for everybody. It's a party city, in my opinion, and I feel like it's a place to go to retire. So I found, going on social media, that's where I saw like an ad for Delta. So I applied to other airlines as well, and then also saw one for my company. And then that's when I went to the group interview, got a single interview within that group interview, through a list. And then next thing you know, I got a email saying that I got a conditional job offer.
Oh, wow. Yeah. You were stoked at the time?
Say it again?
Were you stoked at the time?
Yeah, I was very excited. I was just like,
like,
I'm something new. I need this. Let's go. So yeah.
And then talk about New Orleans. I felt like that's something where it's like, man, you're around party people. What was that like in New Orleans?
New Orleans is definitely a whole other culture. It's a whole other culture. You can definitely get a culture shock there. And I feel like it's very traditional, but there's always something going on there. I made a lot of really good friends that I still have in my circle. They're a very good support group for me.
Nice.
If I don't get to like talk to them every day or talk to them as often, there's still social media that we'll still like keep in contact through. Same thing for my anybody that I've met in the military. That's how social media is very important to me in general. Like I know some people like to, log off and get off social media for a certain period of time. For me, I just feel like that's going to be good for my content creation, as well as sticking with and, checking in on family, friends, people I care about.
I like that take. Because I feel like sometimes like people downgrade like the use of social media a lot. And I feel like, yeah, if you're using it for like, just slowly scrolling.
Yeah, and that you can doom scroll. And
that's a different story. But if you're on there constantly and just trying to make creation, trying to make content, trying to make a good relationship with family members, right?
Yeah.
And then friends, I think that's where I'd be like, okay, you know what? I don't mind spending 12 hours on just that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I feel like now that I'm actually on here, like speaking to an audience, I feel like for anyone that knows me, just to reiterate, like if I'm like sending you memes or anything like texts or funny videos or whatever, what have you, I feel like it, just to clear the air, this is just my way of like checking in on you. Like we may not be able to have a conversation or, talk on the phone all the time or whatever, or don't think that I'm like forgetting anything about you or, just brushing you off to the side. Like literally if I'm doing that, that's kind of my way of like, I'm thinking of you. Here's something to make you laugh or make you smile or, bring your day, make you have a better day just based on just those little things.
So react.
Yeah. So, even if they feel like we haven't spoken in a while or whatever, like I feel like good friends are you can pick up where you left off. Like, no matter how much time has gone by, you can, like, have a conversation after such amount of time and just pick up where you left off.
I do feel like that too.
Yeah,
I do feel like if you're good, and that's how you know if someone really does care, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Even if you haven't talked for that long, like sometimes I'll tell people, like, I know you haven't talked to me that long because I know you're probably doing a family member or you got a job, like work takes all your time off.
You have to realize that life happens, and then some people, like, they don't mean to just drop off the radar or not, stop speaking to you, but you just have to realize, or at least take into account that maybe something happened, and let them explain themselves. Like, don't assume, don't jump to conclusions, don't like think something negative.
Don't bite them.
Yeah, don't bite them. Whatever you feel like you got to do, don't bite or scratch or whatever. Just ask them what's going on and see what's going on, and then let them explain.
You got a few scratchers in your life?
No.
Not like scratch like that. They'll come at you like, why haven't you responded?
Oh, yeah, I've had that in the past, and I was like, look, like, you have to take into account that some people may be busy. Like, we don't mean to, again, brush you off to the side and make you feel like you're not wanted, or we don't want to talk to you. So it's just you have to realize that people got some stuff going on. Just kind of go through a list of, like, okay, what could this person possibly be doing or dealing with?
And you seem very strong-minded, and I kind of want to bring this up a little bit too.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mind the subject, but you are very strong-minded, and I've noticed that about you.
Define
like,
strong-minded.
Strong-minded, like you discipline yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You are you have self-control,
Mm-hmm.
I believe, and then you have self-awareness, which is a lot of times difficult for some people to have,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like some people, they'll like
impulse control.
Yeah, they have impulsive control, right?
Yeah.
Like you, like I feel like it's very like, all right, if I'm having a bad day, I know what to do. To kind of drift away.
Right.
Where did that come from? I feel like you train yourself like, or I feel like or it comes natural to you. Or what do you?
I feel like I've always been, like, empathetic. Like, I've always been, been an empath, I should say. Like, I feel like I've always been in tune with other people's, like, feelings, and, just random people come up to me sometimes and tell me stuff that they wouldn't tell anyone else. I feel like I can just blend in with anybody. I can have a conversation with anybody. We can talk about anything pretty much. And just being that empathetic person and knowing what someone may go through, or I can put myself in someone else's shoes, I feel like I've made good friends, or I have a good circle in that sense.
And I think that's very important.
And I think that's a good life lesson to kind of go through that, and just keep up with that in general, about that trait about yourself.
And I think I appreciate that much more about you, that you said that you put yourself in people's shoes, right?
Yeah.
I think that's very important. I think that's something where you need to understand and see, like, for other people that don't, like, haven't done it, I understand that people go through a lot. You know what I mean? People either go through a lot, or people not understanding too well their situation, or anything like that. Like,
it takes practice.
It takes practice, right? And I think, like, for you, I feel like, you were like, all right, this is something I need to do, right? To understand another person.
Yeah, it's also, customer service is a good way to do it. Dealing with people of all different backgrounds, shapes, and sizes, especially in my current job. So, but even then, before that, like, even in the military, I had, like, a customer service role. It's just dealing with all different types of people that you get to learn how to, conduct yourself, and, how people see, how people view you, and then how you carry yourself from then on.
And you talk about a period where you felt like after the military, go back a little bit, after the military, you said you were, like, lost.
Mm-hmm.
What was that, like, if you can go back in that moment, what were you lost about at the time, like, with yourself? Where was it? Relationships? Was it yourself? Was it your lifestyle? Or was it just the environment you were just in?
Well, when I got out of the military, I was living in DC. Nothing against DC. I can always go back and visit. I've made some good friends there, but in particular, I feel like in DC, it's a very transient city, and a lot of people can attest to that. It's a very transient city. A lot of people are coming in from all different places. Some people are there just temporarily, like they may work in government, military, working just in all different job occupations. But I remember just living there for 4 years. Like the first question that people will ask you is, "So what do you do?" And it's a very networking type of city, like a very beautiful city. Lots to do, museums, cherry blossom festival is always great to check out, and then just taking a tour of the city in general. You can never see it all, but again, it was just like a period of after getting out of the military. It's just like, okay, what do I do next? I don't know what I want to do next. So.
And then. So you were like flight attendant, but and then you mentioned also that you have hobbies. I kind of want to get into that because I love one of your hobbies that you do on the side. Yeah. So talk about the hobbies that you do now.
Well, I mean, I've definitely been always into video games, and that always seemed like a great escape for me whenever I wanted to like get away from it all and just relax. Weightlifting, always wanted to stay in shape. Other than that, martial arts. I've been doing martial arts for many years, and very happy where I'm at in terms of the current style that I'm doing under my seafood Chuck Kennedy. But yeah, those are the main things that keep me in shape, keep me disciplined, keep me on my toes.
Are you teaching martial arts, or are you just joining it?
No. I wish. I wish, but I feel like, in general, like I just have too much stuff going on. Like I always, over the years, I always felt like I've like put too much on my plate to like really give to anyone in terms of like teaching, or, once I feel like I have everything figured out and all balanced and everything, I feel like maybe I can like give myself to someone else in terms of teaching something meaningful and valuable.
Well, you're juggling 5 things, I bet.
Yeah, I am actually, and that's why sometimes I feel exhausted. I mean, you just got to keep rolling with it. You got to keep running with it.
And I think that's important for the audience to know about. Like, how do you keep up with it? Like, what do you do, like, on the side? Like what do you do when you wake up? Like,
sleep. No, I'm trying to, like, balance that out, too. It's just, like, you don't want to, like, fall asleep at random times, and then like you wake up, you're wired.
You do a micro nap.
Yeah, micro nap. Those are the best, but but it can be. And it's a running joke with people that know me. But like if I sit down for too long, whether it's in a car, train, plane, whatever, I just get too relaxed and I fall asleep. So I have to always be active, doing something, not like sitting down for too long.
And I like that because you stay on your toes and you stay young.
I have no choice. Like, I feel like otherwise I'm gonna take one of those micro naps. But
and what else do you do? Like, so you're a flight attendant. You do martial arts. Like, if anyone try to rob the plane, you're like on it.
I mean, honestly, I'm waiting. I literally be daydreaming about that stuff. But look. I mean, you got to be prepared. But still.
You see a pretty girl or like someone, you're like, you know what? I hope somebody gets on the train and gets on the plane and just goes, wow.
And passengers always tend to, what should I say? It's just like passengers are always like, it seems, looking for flight attendant being a little timid or something like that. Like you have to be firm in how you handle in customer service and de-escalation. Again, I have to be careful. I have to be careful what I'm saying in general.
Yeah.
But
no, I bet you do a great job trying to de-escalate situations.
Yeah, I mean, I often get very very nice passengers, and things go smoothly during. You see, I'm trying to switch it up. Yeah. But for the most part, I have a good time with it, and I'm always trying to be positive, and making sure that I take care of my customers and passengers that come on board. That's our job. But our main focus is safety and making sure that we get there safely. That's part of the crew's job.
Nice. All right, so we're gonna move on to a little game we have. It's not the actual game we're gonna be playing today. I came up with something, and I was like, okay.
You came up with it on the spot?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see what this is about.
All right, ready? If you were in a one-on-one fight, martial art rules, not boxing or anything, with one video game villain, who would it be?
I really gotta think of this. Oh, I'm literally thinking of Metal Gear Solid.
Master Splinter. Oh, Metal Gear Solid. Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, because that's what I'm playing right now. I'm playing the I'm playing the remake.
There you go.
So, although it's the third one, Snake Eater. So, but Metal Gear Solid franchise wise, I would definitely want to fight against Liquid Snake. Liquid Snake. Because he got on my nerves with the accent and all that, and just being diabolical asshole that he is. But I mean, he was very interesting. But that's just the type of person that just came to mind when you mentioned that.
Were you at all happy when they did the remake? When they did the Metal Gear Solid remake?
I mean, it just came out, and it's the same in a way. It's just an RE5 engine.
Yeah.
So it looks a hell of a lot better. Honestly, I was hoping that they would put in some new stuff in there. Again, I'm only halfway through, so who knows? I could be surprised in general.
Any other games that you are attracted to at this point?
Yeah, I'm waiting on Resident Evil Requiem. That comes out next year in February. So I've always been a huge Resident Evil fan and going and beating those games. Resident Evil 3 remake was a huge mess. It was a mess. It pissed me off. It pissed me off. I'm gonna be honest.
Terrible. No, I didn't. And this is one thing I was telling people. I was like, I haven't played it in such a long time. I hope it was good. That was one thing I told people.
It's collecting dust.
It was
under my TV. Yeah,
dust afterwards. I played a few. I tried to get halfway into it. I'm just like, nah. You know what? I'm gonna put this down.
I honestly didn't like how they started it because in the original, they built up the tension before you actually had to meet Nemesis, and you literally walking around the city, and then you get to the police station, and then that's when Nemesis jumps out of nowhere and kills your friend, and
then it's like, no.
Yeah, and then he's literally chasing you. You manage to get into the police station, and then you running around, and then that little jump scare that everyone's still talking about to this day, because I literally saw a YouTube video on that. But literally, you're walking downstairs, you're ready to kind of leave the police station, and then you walk past this one window, and then there he go crashing through with a rocket launcher. So, that scares the shit out of anybody. So, exactly. To this day.
What is one video game that you can challenge anybody and you'll win?
2-player game.
Yeah. I always tell people that no one can beat me in Smash Bros. And I still...
You probably can, because I never played enough of it.
Yeah. Okay.
I remember when I was younger, we used to play it a lot, but it was not my game, so I would always go over my friend's place, but not as often as much as to beat him, because he had his own. It was his own, so he would often play every hour, every single day. But I'm trying to think. Tekken, the old Tekken games, that was when I was in my prime, and yeah, having all all those little combos and stuff like that. I think my favorite one character, this is old, Tekken 2.
Tekken 2, okay.
Yeah, June. Oh, June Kazama. Yes, I loved her combos. Yeah, everyone's all yeah. So,
June's crazy. Mine was always Tiger King. I don't know why, because I was Mexican or something, but no, I swear it was always Tiger King, because I'm like, oh, I know he's Mexican. I didn't even know he was Mexican at all. I just knew I'm Tiger.
You felt it in your spirit.
I felt it in the spirit. I felt it in the moves. I'm like, I do this to my brother.
Yeah. All right. So it resonated with you.
I saw this on SmackDown.
Yeah.
But no, I think the craziest game that I've always played and I've always tell people I can whoop anybody is Smash Bros. I think when you pull up 30 players, I'm gonna bring up Kirby. I mean, it's over.
I mean, that's what I always get was Kirby. I always get Kirby. I always do that little that turn into a float up and then turn into a block and land. Yeah. Or you can like suck them in and then gain a little bit of their ability.
So listen. So if I knew I was losing, and I'm being honest here, if I knew I was losing, I'm gonna suck them in, drop on the way down, boop, get back up, and then
you flow back up at the end.
I'll flow back up.
Okay.
Josh was calling me weird, but look, that's listen.
Bro,
Get good. Get good. Get good.
You can't die.
Get good.
That made me wonder, like, why didn't I do that though? Because you suck them in, you throw,
exactly.
you like,
But I was extra bogus. I would turn Kirby around. No, listen. I would turn Kirby around. I would aim for the stage.
Mm-hmm.
So when I foam out, they would hit the stage and then definitely go down.
Oh,
So
like right at the edge, like right at the edge where they had no hope. They had no hope to like grab on.
Yeah,
you
they
just,
had
like,
no hope. So
you spit them out. You like throw them up.
And I let
against
them hit the stage,
okay.
and then they go all the way.
You're right. That is extra bogus.
I used to do like DK. I would grab people with DK, put them on my back, and then just jump off the side of the stage and then just throw them.
Dude, yeah. I mean, I'm like a big fighting game fan because I've always grew up playing like fighting games. I think like Call of Duty and all of them are cool to me, but when it came to actually enjoying a game, it was fighting. Rather have had a good day, rather had a bad day, rather have had an awful day.
Great way to let out. Let out some steam, some
even
rage.
if I'm losing, because I used to play online with other people.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I'm losing, okay, I have the controller warranty on my thing. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So it has insurance. Insurance. That's what I tell people. So, Marcel, as we're starting to get to that point where we're gonna start playing Street Fighter 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's another one we always bring back.
I have not played it yet. So.
Hey, I know I'll give you a little test run before we play.
Okay.
But what I want to ask you is there any advice that you can give to the audience before we head on to the game, and then one last advice before we end it on just mental health itself? People that are going through loneliness, depression, or people just kind of just not having a good day. Was there any advice you'd like to give?
Yeah, pretty much like make sure, first of all, you have a good circle of friends you know, you love, you trust, that can like give you advice. Surround yourself with, successful people that, seem like they have everything figured out. Like everyone has their problems, but it's how they manage it that can be inspiring to someone else. Or, how they carry themselves. Like if they carry themselves like they're successful, they can walk into a room and, attract other people automatically without having to do much. Like I find that inspiring, as well as like having, their finances in order. They always have, money available to handle any situation. Like I feel like that's inspiring as well. They have something that they love to do, that they don't feel like they're getting out of bed to go to work. Like it's not work to them. So, that's definitely something to, aspire to. What else is there? Thinking of, have hobbies, something that you can like let out that steam or stress, the anxiety, like something that you can literally, let out those endorphins. And, whether it's weightlifting, whether it's like a sport that you love to do, even video games, like, just get something in, that you love to do to help get your mind off of things. Other than that, talking it out. You have to find someone that you can confide in and talk to about your issues, because you can't bottle stuff up inside, and it can be pretty much, toxic. Also stay away from toxic people. And that's a main thing that I really want to reiterate. Stay away from people that love drama. They love, to be toxic, and then, they're attracted to that and they're drawn to that, and then they want other people to be drawn to it too, just so they can't focus on themselves and, try and draw someone else in to get into their drama. And they're using it as an excuse to bring other people in, so then they don't have to take a look at themselves, and then they can, judge someone else. Like I'm just, floating things around, but
sure. And that same aspect, was there a moment in time where you were kind of going through that as well? Like not just drama or anything, but like
dealing with, toxic people?
No. I was saying what you said earlier was distracting yourself. It seems like you do a lot of things. Was that part of your advice that you did with yourself? Like, did you apply that to yourself basically, or was there a moment in time where that advice took action?
I mean, I feel like I've always like been good at reading people and like staying away from the drama or staying away from dramatic people. That I'm an observer. Like, and first and foremost, I feel like I've come out of my shell over the years, but I was definitely more introverted. And I can definitely say for people that if you think someone is like antisocial, and I saw this on social media recently, I feel like people aren't not necessarily antisocial. They're just pretty much observing you before they decide to be a little less introverted towards you. They're observing you. They want to make sure that they're not getting themselves into something in your circle that they want to get out of immediately. They want to make sure that it's a safe space. It's somewhere that they can, I don't know, let their hair down or, be themselves around you. So if you think someone is too quiet or introverted, just know that most people are observing you. They want to know, like, are you someone that they can hang out with?
I think that's nice. I think that's a good one.
Yeah.
A lot of times I've definitely had that thought where they're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't talk to them because maybe they're not talking as much.
Mm-hmm.
But then sometimes, like, what I'll do is, and like I sometimes notice that, but like sometimes it's hard for me. So what I'll do is I'll just try to be my annoying self.
Yeah.
Bothering them.
I mean, you. I feel like just meeting you, like you're pretty open and you can be loud if you want to. You can be quiet if you want to. There's been some times for myself, for example, I remember one time in DC, like there was a guy that I knew, he was a friend, and he said like, sometimes, I used to think you were stuck up, and I was like, why did you think that? And he said he gave some example or whatever, and I was just like, well, did you bother to talk to me at all? Like, did you bother to like have a conversation at that time when you were thinking that? And he was just like, no. I was just like, well, there you go.
Never know.
You don't know. You don't know what people are thinking. You don't know what they're going through at the time. Like, just don't assume. Just have a conversation. It doesn't take much. It doesn't cost anything.
Polite way to ask too.
Yeah, polite way to ask.
Do you have a problem with me? Like,
yeah, exactly.
And I think that's very important. And I think that's a good way to leave off this half of the show. I just want to say to everybody, so sorry for the last 2 weeks I haven't been posting or anything like that. Promise I'm not dead, and I promise I'm not trying to throw this all in the garbage.
You're just married now.
Yeah, I'm just married now. That's what it happened. So I had my honeymoon and everything. I'm back. I'm super excited. I'll have a separate video for everything. And I also have a bonus video with Marcel in it. So I have a lot of things coming out right now, even having free promos. But before we leave the show, just want to say to you guys, I love you guys, and we'll definitely be back for another episode. I think this is episode 6.
I lost track.
6 or 5.
I lost track. Yeah.
We're reaching the end of season 1. Season 1 only has 7 episodes. Every season is gonna have 7 episodes. We don't know what we're doing with season 2.
I've always had to ask about that because nowadays it just seems like most TV. I know this is like a social media show, but just in general about like other television shows, like they no longer have more than like 7 or 8 episodes.
No,
so,
look for me, like
I'm like, can you give me more? Like,
I'll be honest with podcasts. The way I see it is, what I want to do different was I want to make it my show, and the only inspiration I got from doing my show was the regular show, which is a TV show that I watch. The reason why I got the inspiration with it was because I used to love VHS TVs to the point where I could definitely afford a flat, and I did. I got a 50-inch, but I've always want my old VHS box TV where you gotta press the button to redo the VHS.
I guess,
and then like the cord. I've always
that's
been.
All you.
I miss the white snow that I always see, and like to me that
the
was
nostalgia.
That was the nostalgia. So when I mix it, that was my inspiration. That was my art style. But my inspiration to do an actual show was, I know people have very low attention span sometimes, and I want them to have a digestible podcast, not just here's a 30-minute. An hour show, we're just talking about whatever. Yeah. No, it's something digestible, something that they can go back and be like, all right, I like this. This is cool. And then have a theme of like it being on TV. So it's not like, oh, right now we're sitting here, but next podcast we probably will be going outside.
Switching it up, playing.
Yeah, always. Yeah. It's a TV show. It never has one more. And so it's my, I like to say my coloring book at this point, where it's going to develop into something.
Yeah, yeah.
But for me, and I get it too, because like a lot of people like, especially like The Bear, like I don't know why y'all putting out like 8 episodes. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
I want to see
I
my
still
boy
have to
get off.
honestly. I still have to watch that show. And,
And The Bear is amazing, but
the
like,
dude that was on Shameless, like he's amazing.
yeah.
Yeah. And I still gotta like lately there have been shows that I've like gotten into, but then like I gotten out of like if another show that I've been waiting for comes out. So it's just I gotta get back
the
into it.
7-episode thing.
I mean, it just seemed like it just came out of nowhere, like years ago, like when they first started doing it. Now, granted, they're like an hour or more.
Yeah, and I think that's
I get it
too.
But Game of Thrones. I love Game of Thrones. How they have like 20-something episodes from what I remember, and then like 8 seasons. And
most of that is filler, man. Filler don't even go to the main plot like that.
yeah, and granted, like before the show came about, actually it was out for a long time, and then like I remember an old roommate of mine kept bugging me to watch it. I was just like, fine, I'll watch it, and then when I finally watched it, then I got more into it, and I was hooked. But I admit it was like a long transition into getting excitement out of it.
That's what I was thinking too. I watched the first few episodes and I clicked off.
Mm-hmm.
My friend was like, "Yo, yeah, I keep doing it." I haven't done it since.
And then everyone says that you have to keep going.
You have to keep going. They said that about Breaking Bad. They said that about Dexter, and a few other shows like that.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll be right back. We're going to be playing Street Fighter 6 with Marcel. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be right back. Hey, everybody. We're back, and we sit on the couch. I know it's a little different nowadays, right? But we're going to be sitting on the couch on the sofa getting comfortable, and we're going to be playing Street Fighter 6 with Marcel. How do you feel right now?
I'm feeling okay. I'm looking at all these characters I don't recognize. It's been a while.
It's been a while. What was the last Street Fighter game that you played?
Shit.
It's okay. You can curse here. It's okay.
Damn. I don't know. Like Street Fighter 3? No, I really don't know.
I gotta bring back the retro games for next season. We gotta bring Marcel. Yeah, we gotta bring Marcel back for retro season, man. All right, so let's go on to Street Fighter 6. Let's go on to Street Fighter 6, guys. And already off the bat, I'm not even sure what I'm gonna pick here. I think I'm gonna go with my girl. Every time I pick her, you going with Chun-Li? Yeah. I should go with pick X. All right.
I know what I'm doing.
All right. Let me not get excited. Let me get a. First of all, I'm super excited to play fighting games with a person that loves fighting. I think they learn as they go playing the game.
I mean, yeah, I like it when it's very realistic. Like with the RE5 engine, it's definitely made it more realistic. Like you can literally like learn if you wanted to if they had like a little.
No, you can for sure learn once you get everything like that in there. All right, let's see. All right, hold on. Come on, let's tap it in. Okay, you got. So remember, going back is block. All right. So okay. All right. Okay. Oh, what's going on? All right. Okay, hold on. This is not okay. Marcel, you lied to me.
Wow.
Marcel, you lied to me. Marcel, you lied to me. Let's see. Oh, damn. Okay. You got him with R1. I think it's L1. Ooh.
Wow. I'm doing pretty good.
No. How dare you? Nah, I gotta lock in now. Nah. Gotcha. Ah, my goodness. You're getting it. You're getting done. No.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
This game is easy.
All right. Hold on. He called me easy. That's what he just said.
I didn't say it was easy.
All right, go on.
The controls
are really simple. Yeah, they got really simple over the years. They just added this. Oh, I forgot how to grab. No. All right, let's see. First of all, I have not played Street Fighter since I got the game and since we played last time on the show, so I've been pretty rusty as well. Let's go. There we go. Yo, give me that. Come on. Give me that. Let's go. So as we're playing the game, we're gonna be multicasting a little bit, and I'm gonna ask you something. How is it growing up in Chicago. I know you moved a couple places around here, but where did you grow up in Chicago?
Did I
Gotcha.
lose?
Yeah.
Okay.
So where did you grow up in Chicago?
I grew up in the south suburbs. First, I grew up in Dalton, and then moved to Richmond Park.
Mm. Did you hear about the Pope that was from Dalton?
The new Pope?
Yeah, the new Pope. He
I
was
did not
born
know
here.
he was
Yeah,
born
he
in
was born in Dalton.
I had no
And
idea.
oh,
I-
I don't know what I did. Anyways, yeah, he was born in Dalton, and then so you grew up around Dalton. So was that? I'm not too familiar with the area, but how was that?
I don't remember too much about it because I was like really young. All I remember is just like I didn't really, I was really young. I didn't really go too far, and I lived in a decent neighborhood and had some good friends that I kind of remember. Like it was literally that long ago, and I remember we lived like right next to a train tracks. So that was kind of annoying.
You heard a train every day. Would there be light coming out of the room?
Light coming out? No, it wasn't like close to where like the light would interrupt my sleep. It was just the noise.
Okay. And so,
So you won.
yeah. Shit like that. Right. I had to lock in. Yeah. Well, so easy now, huh? No, just kidding.
Right, I was just getting warmed up. That's
Nah, my fault. Nah, I'm broke, so you can see. Obviously, I don't have all the characters, but we're getting there. We'll get there. Can't. Yeah, pick up these. You know what?
Right.
Let me see. I have to go with my boy. Who was I using last time? Mr. Spongy Man. I call him Mr. Spongy Man. Mr. Noodles.
His face.
Yeah. I forgot his name. But how was it like, growing up? Like I already asked you how growing up in Dalton, but how was it like adjusting from city to city, state to state? Where it's like, first of all, have you been to every state so far in the U.S.?
I would say a fair amount. Like
Okay, fair amount.
Like,
from your experience, right? I'm pretty sure you've gone to New York, right?
Yeah.
Who has the best pizza, New York or Chicago?
Okay, we're going with that question.
And look. I got Joshua here, really mad.
I do admit New York does have better pizza.
Wow!
I'm not always into the deep dish. I do appreciate like the the thin crust and all other flavors of pizza, but deep dish isn't always the greatest. Is
it the dough? I hear a lot. It's mainly the dough.
I didn't really think about it that much until they explained what it could possibly be in terms of like the water. What was it like? The water mixed
minerals in the pile. Yeah, the minerals and all that. Yeah. I got you right there. Oh. Okay, who has the best? I want to say clubs. Let's talk about clubs, or best. If you had to go party somewhere here in the United States, where would you go? You are just like kicking ass here. Hold on.
Not that I've like in for work been able to go out as often, but personal wise, like I would say I love San Diego. San Diego, only been there once to visit a friend that moved back to Australia. Well, he moved to Australia, but he's from there, and we stayed out there for a little bit. It was really fun.
All right,
beautiful beaches, beautiful people.
All right, so it's best out of 3. Yeah. So we just 1-on-1. We're gonna select one more character.
That's right.
We're gonna decide. We're the official. So I don't know who to be. I'm kind of scared now. I'm gonna be this. So
what's that? That sound looks like somebody new.
It's not like some annoying cousin. What was?
She looks annoying.
Yeah, she did. Prior to you being a flight attendant, and now I'm talking about the military. What were some things that you can respect and there were some things that you loved about the military, and there were some things that were like kind of difficult, coming back to the States and all, or in the system as well. Like, what were some things that were pretty difficult for you?
Leave, like taking leave. I definitely can say like working in my last duty station was in well, really Maryland, but it was NOSC, Washington D.C.
Mm-hmm.
So Navy Operational Support Center in D.C. And we were on the Naval Air Station base, the one where actually Air Force One actually flies into. Not often, but still, decent amount. And I can definitely say like leave was all sometimes a hard thing to get, and just in general being away from your family and stuff like that, not spending a lot of time with your family like you would want, or you'd have to request leave. It's not something that you had like paid time off or anything. You have to request the leave that you're keeping.
Right. And then, was it hard for you to be out away from your family? Was your family okay with it, you being like in the military and also as like traveling so much now?
It was just something that I really felt like I needed to do. Like, I remember the day that I told my dad about that I'm gonna be going to MEPS. I'm gonna be going where they do the processing, and gonna be getting started. So it's one of those things that my dad's always been an easygoing guy, and understanding. So it's just one of those things like he just knew he understood. Like, I'm an adult,
Yeah.
and this is something that I wanted to do.
Okay. I appreciate it. Well, wow.
Yeah,
Got you good.
Yeah. I mean, you didn't demolish me. I guess.
No, that you know what? You did really good for your first time.
Yeah,
to be honest with you, I've honestly, yeah, no, you got the props, you got that. So I'm gonna say one thing. Let's make it up a little bit, okay?
Mm-hmm.
If you beat me, let's see, what stipulation should we put up? What do you think?
A what?
If we play one more game, what do you think should be the stipulation?
Credit
hours? If you beat me, I will give you 50 hours.
Okay.
All right, rematch. Rematch. Nah, let's see. Okay. Let's see, Marcel. He was not. I think he rocking it.
She is kind of a hard character to like get the buttons in.
Ooh. E.
Damn it.
No, it's okay. He got it. He putting up his own too. I don't know how I keep catching you with that. I ain't gonna lie. She is kind of annoying to beat though.
Very annoying. She looks big boomerangs.
I think I'm gonna do it for every student now. They could beat me in one game. I'll give them 50 hours. Joshua don't count though.
Yeah, he not real.
No, don't say that. Hey, you quiet down.
He got it. He locked in. He wants to be locked in.
We don't need no suggestions.
You don't need no suggestions.
That's a good one.
Oh. Oh my God. Sean, you owe me 50 hours. You gotta do 50 hours of work for me. There you go. Boy. Someone desperate for hours. All right, come on. Oh boy, no voice of the forces. Marcel wants those hours. Marcel wants those hours.
I'm halfway there.
All right, come on. Let's see.
You gotta get your hours back. You gotta get your 50 hours back.
Damn it.
Put it in hands. Hold on. Oh, I was trying to grab him. Oh, she grabbed me. Yeah. By the way, you do your special by doing like this.
What? Oh, now you're telling me? Now you're telling me. What was it again?
Like this. You press both at the same time. You press these two.
Oh, shit.
You've been doing it, actually. Yeah, you have been doing it.
Like, now that, like, almost my health is gone, then you tell me the trick.
Remember, $50.
50 hours on the line here. Yeah. No 50. No free hours here. No free hours.
I was almost there.
No. I think Alex is nice enough. He'll give you a choice: $50 or 50 hours.
All right.
I mean, okay, but,
gas and everything.
Ultimately, credit hours will help me.
You get 5 hours for beating me that one time. Yeah. You get 5 hours.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I'll take it.
We want to start wrapping up here. We had a great time here. Whole hour of show. I know you've been asking me about the show, and I'm super glad I had to pick you out the box and everything else. But anything you want to say to the audience before we go, or any advice, or just something inspirational, or something about you that you just want to have people to know about you?
I just can say, like, no matter what, no matter how tired you are or what you're dealing with, what you're going through, I'm very big on, like, making sure you have a good support system for you, no matter what you're dealing with, no matter what you're going through, and always surround yourself with successful people. And, that way, like, you can, no matter what you're going through, you can deal with that by having someone to talk to, especially someone that's been through said troubles or obstacles, and then you can get some advice. Like, anyone that can give you an advice that they have the experience. Surround yourself with those types of people, positive people that have somewhat success and experience.
Great. And thank you guys for watching. I think this is episode 6. I gotta check that out. I gotta look it up. This could be episode 6. It could be episode 5. Who knows? But I think this is episode 6. And I just want to say this is a great way to start off episode 6. And this is a great guest for episode 6 as well. This man is going far. As many of the students that I know here are going as far as but thank you guys for watching. We are gonna be coming back for season 2 after this week that comes up. Next episode, it's gonna be about me, and it's gonna be my solo dolo episode, and it's gonna be very exciting. And I'm very, very excited for the next season. I'm gonna have more students like Marcel, more students like Joshua, who was trash on NBA 2K.
Oh. Oh, well,
and you know what? PlayStation got its thing. No, don't even feel bad myself. Don't even feel bad myself. They were trying to say that Xbox is better than PlayStation. Look. I'm beating guys on a keyboard. All right. Joshua saw it.
It was my first time playing Street Fighter.
I want to say it's 360 the greatest console of all time.
Oh, whatever.
You know what I mean? It's all right. Look, all I gotta say to you guys is we are coming up in a new podcast world. We are coming up with the show, and we're gonna be taking over the stuff. So, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. Remember to love somebody. Remember to hug somebody you know. See ya. Take care. Bye.